Well, this is Tipper Ira. You know, some of them for the New Brand Forum Talk Show. With no brethren Kwaku. Keep it locked.
Yes, in tune to New Brand Forum People's Talk Show live here on Galaxy. Yes, in tune to New Brand. Yes, Otep, Itepe, Ineke, J.R. Senebe. You're in tune to New Brand Forum People's Talk Show live on GalaxyAfiwe.com. The only de-brainwashing station in a Disia nation. Big up to Construction, Catching Black Ear next week, same time, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Before that, you will have Chief Procomba Bai from midday to 3 p.m. Before that, you'll have the great Dr. Vudum Abu Jatata from 8 until midday. And then it's me and then it's variety man after me. But right now, whole heap of things are going on, you know. Me listen to some Abu show and some Tete show in and out, you know. Priest Procomba Bai show. And there was a sister that was on there. Yeah, she was on there speaking about an incident that took place in not Mitesfield, God, what the place is? Off of Overton Road there. The estate there. Yeah? But I saw Twitter of her. She's a pastor now. She calls herself a pastor. She used to go Ruach Church. And I saw somebody send me a Twitter feed under whatever. And first, before I say anything, I want to say condolences to the sister for losing her son. You know, we always have to respect that. You understand me? I say, and whatever she's going through, that's what she's going through. And we can't deny that. We can't be upset with her for how she feels differently. But I listened to bits and pieces of the interview with Chief. I don't know what was happening. It just kept cutting out and cutting in, so I couldn't get everything, you know. But when I watched the clip and heard what she said in the clip, and threw me up on the Fiesta Book Live, I didn't want to play the clip first. So yeah, I'm going to cut the Fiesta Book Live. Yeah, Fiesta Book people who depend on Fiesta Book. That's all on there. We depend on GalaxyAfiwe.com. Galaxy AFIWE.com. You can tune in on that. I just want to play this thing. I'm going to have to play it through the local mechanisms when I use it, right? So, me do that, and then I will play it because I want the people to hear this thing. And then I'm going to deal with something with Grandmaster J. Go down at the Ku Klux Klan headquarters. I know me with a love for the America, you know, the United States, you know, but I tell God truth, you know, because me with a there with them man there, with them live matic, you know, it's a hundreds of black man, you know, and woman, you know, in a black, you know, they send pan Ku Klux Klan headquarters, you know, and I call them up because the Klan make a threat. So on July the 4th at 8 o'clock, them gonna start shooting black people. Yeah? So my man said, well, you said at 8 o'clock, will you start shooting at 8 and we will start shooting white people at 5 past 8. I saw the man them are moving down there, you know, depend on the Fiesta Book and whatever. So I'm gonna lock down the Fiesta Book. I'm gonna play this clip, what somebody did send me, and I want us to kind of discuss this matter. But before I do that, I have to give honor to the ancestors. Akwaba, in the name of the creating force of the universe, the omnipotent being, that which is greater than ourselves, who has many names. Timajilaro, Kutukutu, Medupe, Olodumare, Nkulukulu, Kwame Blaforche, Mungu, Onieme, Njiame, Amenra. Jah. Ashe. We'd like to give thanks for us being here. To the ancestors, the natures, and the orishas, Maduba. We want to honor those ancestors that came before us, who fought in the many mangamizes, whose bones lay beneath the many seas, the many oceans, the many rivers, the many lakes, the many swamps, the many deserts, the many trees they were hung from, the many graves of this world. Ashe. We want to say Muduba to the ancestors who fought the enemies of Mama Africa for the last 6 millennia. Muduba to those ancestors that fought in the great wars when we was on the plantations, when we was being on the ships, being shipped across like cattle. We say Maduba to those ancestors who fought. Maduba to those ancestors who is the sole reason why we are here today. Those ancestors who went through all of that tyranny to survive and give us life. We say Maduba, Madase to those ancestors. See? Yes, you're in tune to Newburn Forum People's Talkshow live here on GalaxyAfiwe.com. So what I'm going to do here now, I'm going to cut off of the Facebook. I apologize. I'm going to cut off of the Facebook and then I'm going to play this clip and then I'm going to come back on the Facebook. So my apologies, people. See? Right? So I'm going to cut off of the Facebook. Right? And then we're going to come back on the Facebook. Yeah, and then, you know, just want people to know, so we not give up, you know. We not give up. Them can't stop we. No care what them do we. Yeah, them can't stop we. You overstand them as a black people. Them can't stop we. Don't care what them do we. As black people, we're here and we're not going away. We dip on planet Earth and them can't take we away. And that them want to do we. Them want to kill we off. That them want to do we, but them can't. See you on the other side, yeah? Apologies.
Greetings, this is G Vibes, and you're listening to the Prophet Kwaku on the Nubian Forum People's Talk Show.
Just finished work. My last media interview for this evening, and I'm traumatized. The level of nerves that I'm experiencing is the last time I experienced this level of tension and nerves in my system was when Dwayne was stabbed and he was on a life support machine. And that those nerves, like you're travailing, you know the situation is bad, but how? What's gonna happen? To see those officers last night running towards that level of violence with no protective gear is inhuman. Officers last night running towards that level of violence with is bad. But how? What's going to happen? To see those officers last night running, to see those officers last night running toward, to see those officers last night running towards that level of violence with no protective gear is inhuman. And it's traumatized me because these youth were drinking heavy, taking drugs, gases. They was because these youth were drinking heavy, taking drugs, gases. And it's traumatized me. Because these youth were drinking heavy, taking drugs, gases. They was intoxicated. Wild. We had no control over them because we didn't know them. And for officers to move in to disperse them with no protective gear, it's like they was walking into. Thank God nobody died. But look at the injuries, 22. I feel it for them officers. And no officer should have to face that. If there's not enough protective gear, get it. Because to witness that is a trauma in itself. It's blatant, the problem we have at hand. And it needs to be addressed. But they need to be protected. Just finished. Were drinking heavy, taking drugs, gases. They was intoxicated. Wild. We had no control over them because we didn't know them. And for officers to move in to disperse them with no protective gear, it's like they was walking into. Thank God nobody died. But look at the injuries, 22. I feel it for them officers. And no officer should have to face that. If there's not enough protective gear, get it. Because to witness that is a trauma in itself. It's blatant, the problem we have at hand. Wild. We had no control over them because we didn't know them. And for officers to move in to disperse them with no protective gear, it's like they was walking into. Thank God nobody died. But look at the injuries, 22. I feel it for them officers. But look at the injuries, 22. I feel it for them officers. Thank God nobody died. But look at the injuries, 22. I feel it for them officers. Injuries, 22. I feel it for them officers. Injuries, 22. I feel it for them officers. And no officer should have to face that. If there's not enough protective gear, get it. Because to witness that is a trauma in itself. It's blatant, the problem we have at hand. And it needs to be addressed. But they need to be protected.
Nobody else about the tipper. I with the youth. Ram dancer town, black up dancer country. For all of the people in the community. I stick to my roots. I stick to my roots. You know about a Kwaku gotta stick to his roots. I stick to my roots. I stick to my roots. You know Tipper we gotta stick to my roots. Well, this is Tipper Irie, the original ragamuffin. And you know what's for the Nubian Forum People's Talk Show with the non-fearing, unapologetic, the true prophet Kwaku. Make sure you keep it locked.
You're in tune to the Nubian Forum People's Talk Show live with the prophet Kwaku. Asha Senator says so. Boom.
Yes, Otep people. Now you've heard that clip, and I don't know what you think of that clip, to be quite honest. Because me listened to it, and I heard the sister in the studio today with Chief Procumber by, and I heard the works that she's doing with young people. And we have to commend that work that the sister is doing. But I have to really question that something that she did. And what she was more concerned about the police. All right, then, listen, look. It's almost as if we have forgotten that we were young people once. So you organize a barbecue. So if you put that thing on any of these apparatus, whether Facebook, whether your Twitter, your Insta, or your whatever, it ain't gonna be no secret. The youth them been locked up for 3 months. People can't go nowhere. The mirror look rave a go on. Yeah? The mirror look rave a go on. So what them do? They go down to the rave. That's what they do. They go down to the rave. You don't have to know them. How much time when we was young people, when we never have none of these communication systems. We never have no Twitter. We never even have pager, no mobile phone, no internet, none of those things. But your era dance is going on. And you go, yeah, and you gate crash the dance. That's what you do. Or you blag your way into the party. Or you say, why, there's a rave going down over North London, you know. You know what it is? No, but you said, don't this, we won't got the road. And you drive down there with your car. And you take time and you drive and you wind down your window. You turn off the music and you listen up for the music. And then you go to the party. You knock on the door and see people say, yeah, you know my girl there. From it's a girl party or it's a man party. You say, yeah, man, what you talking about? And you and your brethren just ride in and you go to the party. You have a nice time for the night. So what difference is it what the youth them did? And to compare that with 500,000 people in what they call lockdown on Bournemouth Beach. They were not only police running down there to run them off the beach and go on with them a chunchan and a shout after people and trying to intimidate. The police has been intimidating our community from the time of the militia them. When Africans would escape from the plantation. That's where the police force come from. That's where they create, especially in the United Snakes, was to capture Africans who escape from bondage. So before you go and you start talking and opening up your mouth, you need to do a bit of research in your story about what happened to you as a person, as a people, not your particular scenario, but the scenario that affects us all. Because you now is like the police, them don't have arms. The police have more arms than John Reed. You want me to tell you the arms them? Them have knife-proof vests. Them have bullet-proof vests. Them have boots. Them have shield. Them have pepper spray. Them have taser. Them have the long metal truncheon. And they have the law behind them, backing them, if them kill you. So what zone were they running into? With some youth them who was just there enjoying themselves, you know. No, I'm not condoning taking drugs, you know. Because I'm a man, me never know them something there. And drink alcohol, me no deal with them thing there. But that's not the point. I rave with my brethren them who smoked and they drink. It was their thing. You understand? It just wasn't my thing. So them go there now and them go on there and them enjoy them look self and things like that. And I remember, because that same night there, me a ride come from my cousin house. On Elephant and Castle. And me ride and me come and me see all these police. I say, what's so much police fan out here? So me stop and ask some youth. The youth them say, they said there was a gunshot. That's what they said. Now, the woman never mentioned it in the Twitter. No police got no gunshot wound or anything like that. But then another youth said, no, it's a little rave that's going there, but the police come to stop the rave. There was over 20 vans of police. Yeah? Over 20 vans of police was there. Yeah? 20 vans of police. Me I tell you the black people. There was over 20 vans of police. And in the van pack up with them. Now, the question I'm asking myself is this. All police, and I said this on my show last week when I spoke about the fact that the police, them now wear no mask, them now wear no gloves, them not exercising social distancing. You understand me I say? But yet them seen, or somebody said me I text it put up back the the Facebook connection. Or I was trying to put it on the computer, but it's like this Facebook thing here is you know, we send that now. Please. Yeah. So them now we know no protective clothing or nothing like that. When did that sister right? She live at Brixton. Did she go up Clapham Common in the height of the lockdown? In the height of the lockdown, when sun a shine, Clapham Common had a sea of white people upon it. And anybody know Clapham Common? It's huge. And the whole of the common full of them. Me never seen a police down there. I rush them, I tell them for go. And them there, and them a drink, and them a go on. Let's face the reality. That they're making us know you can't do what we do. You don't have the right to do what we do. So when you hear us talk about reparation and reparatory justice, that is a prime example of the injustice and the reparatory changes that we're seeking to do. You understand? Because if we don't have the rights, yes, doctor, come sit in with me. Yeah, right. If we don't have the rights to have the things like them, though, see, them don't have no rights to get no respect from we. And let me tell you from now, I'm supporting the youth them over them every time. Me I tell you. Because you see, what you don't seem to inner, around, circumference, radius, hectagon, triangle stand is that we are in war mode. You understand what I'm saying to you? Right? Well, somebody said, oh God, me never even read it. All right, right. Listen now. You can send your texts and your WhatsApps on 073 77 92 0703. See? So that's 07 37 79 20 703. If you're abroad, just put +44. Drop the first zero. People that know me personally and have my personal number, don't send me nothing on it because I don't check it while I'm in the show. You understand what I'm saying? So it just send it to the number that when we get, then we can see when I say etc. You know, see it, yeah. And the live link number is, if you was abroad, is +44, and you drop the first zero. If you're here, is 02 07 193 01 74. Yeah? So it's +44 if you was abroad. Drop the first zero. If you're here, is 02 07 193 01 74. So you can send your WhatsApps on 073 77 92 07 03. Seen? Alright, so you're in tune to New Brand Forum People's Talk Show live here on Galaxy Afiwa.com. Right, I'm going to try to put back up this Facebook thing because you see? The whole one me I do? Oh, and then I use that one there again? Eh? Yeah. Hold on. Me have the chief and the doctor help me out in here right now. Yeah, but the chief and the doctor. So what? Yeah. So let me see if we can get up this Facebook thing again and. get the people.
Which system is he bringing up, doctor?
Yeah, I'm bringing up the one that you show me this.
As you can see, this is the beauty of live radio. You can hear Dr. Abod and a chief proclaimer by having that chat. How about that?
That's the old one.
So how about that?
I see one here with Kwaku face on it.
Right.
Oh.
Kwaku faces on it. Kwaku faces on it. I think that's the one. That's the one.
So our one that.
That's this number here.
Yes.
220.
This is 023.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, people.
You get it now.
People. I made a mistake. Hey, I sorry, like you met down there. I sorry. Yeah. Right. Right. Back on the Facebook now. Yeah. I made them right. Them change the number now. Them change the number and everything now. So the numbers to call for the live link number is me obviously look see there. Me have the book in me the pad in me hand is 0203 885. That's 885 2179. So that's 0203 885 2179. That's the number to call on now if you want to interact with the show. See? I repeat it again. But the WhatsApp number is the same. The WhatsApp and the text number, that is the same. But this number you know is a new number, new mechanism that management install, and is the number where you use for calling live. So if you have that another number stored in your phone, I don't know, maybe keep that one. I think them running two of them alternatively. But this year one, other one now, where I go reason pan. See? So 0203 885 2179. That's 0203 885 2179. If you're abroad, drop the first 0 and +44. Yeah? So give thanks, my brother. Yeah, so you hear me just play the clip of the sister there. You hear the clip, doctor? And I was, as they would say, I was a bit perturbed by what that. What is that called that? So how me answer it?
Just talk.
Just talk.
Yeah, don't do nothing. Just talk.
Otep. Oh, you answer automatically. Otep. Can't hear nobody. We can't hear you. Well, lick it down. Just drop that. Leave. Yeah. So you know, maybe give me a test run, somebody. Are you the Arno? What a number? It's like it's pure madness. I go on in my show here today. Me have something. What a nice day. Wait, all kind of something happening in my show here today. But I tell the God true black people. Anyway, all right. Let me give the number again. The new live link number, yeah, is 0203 388 52179. Yeah? Right. So you know, call that number, make see if I can get a live link. I got some and the text number, the WhatsApp number is 0737 79 20703. Just let me know on a login, and I'm dip on the Facebook. So if you want to catch me on the Facebook live, yeah, just go into Nubian Forum Talk Show. Yeah, and you see, click on them there.
You have to give them that one, and you give them that one. That's the code to get into that.
So them need code.
Yeah, that's why you have to give them the two now.
They don't want long something. Then we can't have something with them just ring in and boof them and we go through.
Give them that.
All right. It's a code. Right. The number that I gave you, there's a code. You have to tap a code in and then you get in. See? Right. So the code for that number is 3995. So it's 3995. Start again. 3995 72 77 16, and then you press hash, and it's the pin, and that's all you get in to the thing. So you ring 0203, and if you're abroad, you drop the 0 and go +44, and then you go 885 2179. So the 0203 885 2179. That's the phone number. I repeat the phone number one more time. 0203. If you're abroad, drop the first 0 and go +44. And then it's 885 2179. Now once you dial that number, there's a pin that you have to tap in so that you can get in on the call. I think this is so that we can have multiple calls. And that pin number is 3995. I repeat, 3995 72 77 16. I repeat again, 3995 72 77 16, and then you press hash, and then you get in, and then boom, we can have a conversation. So I played you that clip. The people that on Facebook, you didn't see it, yeah, but I did play that clip, and I was a bit frustrated, really, to tell you the truth, when I listened to what the sister said. And you know, see, I'm born here, innit? Like I'm born in England. Yes, I'm born. Yes, I'm grow. I've had the opportunity to travel to a few places on the planet. I lived for a brief moment in the United States of America. I didn't like it, and I came back. Right, and I see how police deal with our people globally. See? And I see how the police have dealt with people. You know, I think the sister should have really talked to all the people them who's at death in custody by the police force. I see she did one. There was also a clip going out of this, I think, policeman, some sergeant or something like that, stating that the youths are not more than animals, and that it has to be dealt with, and all the rest of it. But did the sister see the Liverpool supporters who was trying fireworks and one place get burned down out there in celebrating Liverpool's victory on winning the Premiership? Nobody called them animals. Nobody called them hooligans and all the rest of it. What happened? Did the police never come and beat them and try to rush them and run them away? Did they? The police them didn't do that. The next day, some Liverpool veterans and the manager come and said, you know, thank you for coming out and support, but we just want you to stay home so that, you know, you could be safe and things like that. So it's always one rule for them and another rule for us. Do you see the amount of youths that the police them intimidate, beat up, and girls as well, are young women? Have you seen that? And then you come up with a statement like that. Because what? It was where you live. Yeah? And what the problem is, because we are so far disconnected from our youth them, you don't know how to approach the youth them and reason with them and show them and chat with them and things like that. Because, you know, believe it or not, I came through there and there was about 6 young black girls and a couple of youth them, and the black girl them was, you know them go and start shouting them, screaming and make up them noise. So I went over to them, I said, listen to me, young princesses. You're young queens, you know. And if you want people to respect you, you've got to conduct yourself a certain way as young women. You can't be sprawling out and make it. I know that you want to enjoy yourself. I was young once and things like that. But try to just conduct yourself a certain way and don't fall into the stereotype. So the girl that was making the most, she turned away from him. But the rest of the girls, them say, yeah, you know, LD, it's true what you're saying, you know. Yeah, and then she come around. There's a way to talk to our young people. But if you go there like you and but move from here, no, leave here, and all, you know what I mean? They're young. They're going to react the same way. So you have to know how, and it, you know, even though you got to them a certain way, you're always going to get the one that's going to be disrespectful. It happens. It happens when I was a youth. You understand? But the majority of them will have respect for you if you move to them like an adult. You understand what I say? But you do, you call police. So what did you expect was going to happen when you call the police? Given the climate that we're in now, what did you expect to happen when the police came? You think they were just going to go, jelly, and them under them. Remember, you know, she herself said they were on them a smoke, them a take all kind of drugs and a drink, right? Them that pan whole heap of something. That she say, you know. So if you saw that and you still call them, what was you expecting to happen? What was you expect? Because that's, you know the thing about, I was going to call in, but a brother they call in, yeah? A brother they call in, and the brother said exactly what I was going to say. So I need, so Sister Shanice called in, you know, and she said something. You understand what I'm saying to you? So what I'm saying to people is this, you know, right? We are so far removed from our young people that they come to enjoy themselves and we call police on them. Because they come where we live. It's all right to do it in somebody else's yard or area, but it's not all right to have it in your area. Let me tell you something from now. Come in no longer sister there England. Yeah? But at England me born and grow. And at Brixton me grow. And we always had parties. Man stand outside and play dominoes or whatever the case may be. Yeah? It was our way of releasing the tensions that we were under. And what's changed? You look at the demographics of the area called Brixton. I said this over 20 odd years ago. I told people we were going to lose Brixton and all these white people are going to come in Brixton, take over Brixton. They're going to make the properties expensive that we can't afford, and they're going to push us into the council flat them. You understand what I'm saying to you? I think somebody's on. Is somebody there?
Yes, I'm Berchak. Hello, Kwaku. I feel the sister's pain. I don't know.
You go on now?
Yeah, I felt the sister's pain. I'm crying myself inside me.
I can't hear you, man. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, man. This one window you walk, man. Wow, close it. Can't close the window here, sir. Go on, what you say?
Yeah, I'm Berchak. You can hear me now. I felt the person's pain who was speaking live, and I'm crying. I'm a bit crying myself inside me. It hurt me. It hurt me too much to feel the pain of that person. I don't know, someone got stabbed. I'm not so sure of the full picture of the story, but I felt the pain. I felt like, you know, when something strikes you in your belly and strikes you in your heart and everything.
Yeah, but what pain? Pain of what? Pain of what? You're talking about the death of her son.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was some years ago.
Oh, was it some years ago?
Yeah, that was some years ago. Now, what she was talking about today was about the incident that happened in Angeltown Estate.
Yeah.
Where there was a face-off with the police and some young people, they was having some Olipa party and thing. But what actually happened is that sister, she actually organised, I think it was a barbecue or something like that. And young people heard about it. It went viral. Young people heard about it and they came from all over and went there.
Yeah, that's okay though. I mean, it's peaceful. Nobody's doing nothing. No one's harming nobody. They're having a peaceful.
Well, I'm not going to say because I wasn't at the actual. I never went into Angel Town. I was just outside. I was talking to some youth, but I was tired, so I just went home. But I'm not saying anybody didn't get hurt or what was going on. Obviously, something must have happened why the sister felt the need to call the police. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
I see.
Yeah, so maybe residents there was upset about the noise or whatever the case may be. Whenever black people's doing anything, then everybody's quick to call the police, even other black people. You understand? But when white people's when white people's having their all up noise and all them thing there, I've seen roads where I grew up is taken over by white people now, and they shut them up. I mean, this man who was on the television talking to one of the newscasters saying, you don't see white people doing that. They lock off the road and they put up their tapes and they have their street parties and all the rest of it. Nobody don't say nothing to them about it.
Yeah, I see that a lot. I see a lot around here. No one's saying nothing. But what I'm saying is, mostly when they call the police now, I have to be careful of what I say because I'm a person myself. I have to be careful. I was warned to be careful, but there are some good apples in the police, or there's the bad apples.
Listen. Let me tell you something from now. Right now, listen to me. Me don't want nobody come tell me about no good apple in the police. Cause I don't know none of them. Yeah. When them beat up, when it was beating up people, when them shot my cousin Cherry Gross, where was the good ones to say what the guy would do wrong? They were galvanized together and stuck together. It took nearly 30 years for my cousin to get any kind of recognition of what happened to his mother. Where's the good ones? Then when they killed Simfair Jarrett? Where was the good one then when them shot and killed Mark Duggan? Where was the good ones then when them killed Sean Riggs? Where was the good ones and them killed Wayne and Brian Douglas? Where were they? They weren't nowhere, mate.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry.
So I don't want to hear about the good ones.
Leave it at that.
When the good ones them come out and them stand up and make other young people see when they're abusing them and they turn to them and say, all right, easy, all right, let me even if they say, all right, look, all right, let me deal with him. Or you understand what I'm saying? When we see those good ones, right, openly show goodness, then we'll talk about them. We don't want to cloak and dagger goodness. Give thanks, yeah?
I see.
Give thanks.
I've signed a petition for
Oh, yeah, all right, Berjak, Berjak, give thanks, yeah? Go on through, priest.
Yes, my brother.
Chief Rakampaba, yeah, go on through, my king.
Yes, give thanks. I'm glad you kind of really take this on to an extended part from where I left off.
Mm-hmm.
And the sister contradicts herself. She contradicts herself in more ways than one. And the clip that you play, it was sent to me, but I couldn't play it. I couldn't get it up to play for her to hear. But one of the last questions I asked her, I said to her, do you hold the police accountable for their conduct in the community? And she said yes. But at the same time, at the first part, because I asked her who called the police in the first place, and she said she don't know. But then again, the listeners who rang me and told me that she was the one that called the police. But you must understand, Brother Kwaku, where she stands right now. And someone sent me a text and said, there you go, that's why we can't get any better, because she is a plant in the community. Because here where it stands now, who funded her? Police funded the organization that she's running.
Well, I don't. Well, the thing about it is this, Remember, she used to go to that Ruach church, She used to go there. Yeah?
Yes.
So, what about something going up in another place there?
Yes.
You understand me? I say? But she was there. No, she's a pastor.
Yes.
Yeah? Right? And she have the right name because she moved past we. Yeah? And I got to them. You understand me? I say? Yeah? So all of them pastors, they said them pass we. Them pass we and got to them. You understand me? And the reason, you know the Chief, the reason why I hooked onto this, because somebody sent me the clip. I don't know if it was Shanice sent me the clip. Yeah?
Yes.
Shanice sent me the clip, right? No, Shanice sent me the clip, but somebody else did send me the clip before. Yeah? And when me see this clip, I'm saying, weird. There's something that Dr. Abu used to say, and even Dr. X says it, yeah? And we know this to be true. that they bring these Africans from the Caribbean, yeah, and the continent. And I want the world to listen to what I'm saying here. I'm an Africanist. I'm for my African people anywhere we're there in the world. I'm Pan-Africanist.
Yes.
I love my people. You understand me, I say, Chief? Yeah?
Yes, I.
But we have to be honest about certain things. We have traitors in our community that look just like us. Some of them are so knowledgeable about our story that they can fool us. Some of them come well funded. You understand what I'm saying to you, Chief?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Now, in the 80s, after the uprising of 81, between 81 and 85, they shipped in a whole lot of Jamaican criminals from Jamaica. They sent them in on the line. They started to come in with cocaine and crack. Before they came, you know, man never used to sell cocaine and crack and heroin. That was white man drugs. Man was just pushing weed. And any man who came on the front with them things, a man would run them. It's only certain man who was rolling around with white gangsters would engage in that. You understand what I'm saying to you? So they bring these people in. And when them bring them in now, them come with a crack gun, them start walk with gun. No, remember say, you know, we born in England, you know. And we know so we can't just freely walk up and down with gun. Because gun is illegal. But these guys was walking up and down with gun. And they were catching up with man them on the line. Only to discover when they did a documentary about a sister that was killed in Camberwell by a Jamaican criminal who had killed black people in Jamaica. And the British government, police force, brought him here supposedly to infiltrate yardie gangs. Yeah? This guy was selling drugs, doing no kind of, and him kill one girl down a camel and him lock up him reggae. See? And we know this to be true.
Yes.
Because that's when, after 99, and then after the 85 uprising, that's when the drugs, cocaine and crack start coming at the community like mad. You understand what I'm saying? So that's one type of plant. There's another type of plant who are people that get funded from the state. And because they get funded from the state, Chief, they are apprehensive in criticizing the state. You understand me?
One of those examples.
Yes. Because when me hear all these things shadow, I thought that's great. Where these come? We never hear about them. Where's these youth them I work with? Cause me don't know about them. We don't know about them. Look, look every year sorry, Chief. You're gonna say something?
With her, she promised me that she's gonna bring some of the young people with her into the studio, but she only brought in one and the mother did. Mm-hmm. But the inconsistency of her reasoning within the interview is when I asked her about the funding of the organization. I said, who funded the organization? Mm-hmm. It's the police. She gets money from the police and she gets money from the mayor. So there are two people that funded her. She get money from the mayor, money from the police.
So where the police get the money from? Figure. Most of the drugs money them thief off for the boy them when them arrest them.
Well, there you go. And plus she get another money separately. So a third money that she gets that pay her salary. So she get another money that pay her separately from all the money that's been donated to the organization.
So she get how we say?
Yes.
See, that is why.
I think you've got somebody else inside there as well. Brother Kwame is there as well.
Yeah, all on the Brother Kwame. That is why she said the thing that she said on the clip, because she still wants that funding from them. So you see, Chief, you see how you can easily get compromised?
Yes. Yes.
You see how easily you can get compromised?
Obviously, and it's so obvious because here it is now. last year, an incident happened between herself and two young people where the police was called, and the police, they actually abused her. She was being hurt, and up to now, she hasn't made no claim. All she got and she asked for was an apology on top of the fact that she was hospitalized.
How we are say?
Yes.
So police beat her up?
Yes, she got beaten up by the police. She got bruised and they break her arm. And I'm telling you this from good.
And it was she called the police?
No, what happened, there was some incident between some young people and police was called away from herself. So she was the one who called the police. But the police was called, and when the police came, the police saw them and the police rushed them straight away without asking who was who. As a woman, two young black men, and the police just rushed her, lick her down on the floor, and sit down on her. In a sense, sit down on her. You know what I mean? So, by the time they...
So what Jesus did there then?
Come again?
What Jesus did there, no pastor? Or the police them never pass she?
Well, Jesus never helped her because there was no Jesus there at the time. Jesus was standing by looking at what was happening. You see, and now she's now, and I'm saying to her, no, what you're now doing, you're showing young people that you're still not supporting them, because if something has happened and you're working with young people, here it is. What is it that you're demonstrating to the young people that you're standing and working for them? And then she go around the church and go to climb the building and come back down with all different reasoning why she does what she does. So it didn't add up.
You see, the thing is, Chief, is this. That, and, speaking to the world and everybody like that, you cannot go into partnership with these people, them, yeah, unless you make the ground rules. You can't follow for them rule. You understand what I'm saying to you? Now, the fact of the matter is this. You don't live in the police station. You live in your community. So when the youth them see now that you're there, and the youth them call them the feds, them never gonna trust you. The youth them that you need to save will never trust you. They will never trust you. Because
another inconsistency, and I've got it all recorded. And I write it down in her answer to what I asked her. Another inconsistency of the question I've posed to her. She first claimed that she was on the scene at the incident when the police came. And then when I go back again and she saw a young man and he was using his hand to break the windscreen of the car, and he had a bit of wood in his hand and was beating. Then she went back and said she never knew when the police came. After she already said she was there.
Well, you know, if you remember, I think it was MX, I'm not sure, I can't remember. But rang up my show, was it last week?
Week before.
Or was it the week before?
Mm-hmm.
And said he knows the person. And it was them people called, it was the woman, there's a person called the police because it was their things and they didn't know the youth them. And that's when we got in the conversation about, well, boy, so what if they didn't come from that area? You see what I'm saying? Because I'm sure when you was a youth, Chief, and you went to some rave where you weren't invited, you just want to go to your dance, go on, and you go down to your house party, go on and all them something, and you go on, you gate crash the party, and you have a good time. A lot of the people them that I've got to know over the years, it's because of gate crash party and all them thing there. Yeah?
Kwame is on the line, and I know about Kwame when they're coming, but the thing, Sister Shanice come in on her, because Sister Shanice tried to point out to her, and after one of the times, she claimed that it wasn't black people, black youth from that area. But Sister Shanice said, I thought you worked for African youth, black youth. She said, yes. So she said, Sister Shanice pointed out to her, all black youth are your children, should be your children. Segregating any of them to say, well, this one is there and that one is there. The moment they're in the area, they are the children you should be working for. Show you, my beloved brother, where she's at, and who, you see, who is now actually paying her, is now blowing her flute. Because she can't go against the system, because the system is there to support her, and they will withdraw the money, withdraw the wages that they're paying into her. Into
you know what? I've seen this so many times. Chief. When I was growing up as a youth in Brixton, and we saw these people come around and they use the black struggle to employ themselves. Dr. Abu says they pimp the community, and they make a lot of money. They get a lot of grants, and they run away with the money, and they don't build nothing. And here we have it, 2020, a similar scenario. People wanting to make money off the backs of our people. You understand what I'm saying to you? They don't do this because it's a righteous thing to do. Them see a way where both from you can make money and them thing then rate. You understand what I'm saying? When me I go to police, police I give me money for. What me I do, I take money from police. There's so many other organizations. You're in the church. You're a pastor. You're telling me that you can't go around to the churches and get them to fund something as good as what? Because it sounds good to me what you're doing. So why wouldn't the church support something like that? The amount of money that runs through half of these churches. It's not all of the church of them I make money, but there's quite a few that do. So why couldn't you go to your church sources and things like that and get them to help fund something like that to help our young people?
This is personal.
Uganda police.
To her. Money was given to her. And I've got good sources, reliable sources, that on this scheme that she's running, money was put into the community, put into the copper of the organization that she's got to support, even, for example, parents in the community who've got children who have passed away through the knife crime, through violence. And the money was donated to assist parents to bury their children. Mothers, which more than one mother have been to her, or mothers have been to her for support, and she turned them down, did not give them a penny.
See there?
And this is reliable sources that I've got, and I can prove this. I'm not going to say it because I had her on the radio. I've got email that she has sent around to department to justify why she don't give a certain amount of money to the community. That was money that was given to her to support the community.
And that money was donated for those purposes.
For those purposes, and she's used it elsewhere. Look, I know Brother Kwame is there waiting, Brother Kwaku. So
but before you go, Chief,
Yeah.
You see, Chief, we work with ancestor spirit, Yeah.
We do.
And you see, you might think that the police can protect you, They might can protect you from the physical assault you're gonna get, but they're not gonna protect you from the spiritual assault you're gonna get. You start robbing the community, things gonna. I know a man in our community, and him did have a place over East London there, yeah, and him sell the building and runway. God, I think was Guyana. Him runway. Him never live a year. Him dead.
Aye.
And I'm not going to call his name because I don't respect him for that.
I hear you.
You understand what I'm saying to you? And there's enough of them that did it. Yeah? Things will happen to you when you use the communities, when you use black African people's name to acquire funds for them and you don't use it for them. The ancestors, them now asleep. So, Tande, rob, and see what happened to you. Give thanks, Chief.
Stay firm, brethren. Give thanks for the upliftment.
Yeah, I'm gonna carry it because obviously the show's short today and I finish at 8. So I'm gonna carry it on Thursday. Yeah, because there's another thing I wanted to play as well.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Powers. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Who's next there? Because I can't see who's there. Who's there? Oh, that Kwame. Yes, Brother Kwame, where you say? Yeah, I'm right. Kwame, can you turn up the mic on your phone, please?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, because you sound very low, man. What I'm to you? Come on, give me some spirit now, man.
Is it better?
Yeah. Come in while you're calm, they like you're low, like you're depressed and all them something. But them something, they go get counseling.
No. one thing that is apparent from what this right is that it is one rule for them and one rule for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's make no bones about it, right? It is one rule for them, one rule for us, and even made it clear, right? There was a debate in House of Commons, right? This is before this nonsense came out, right? And Jeremy Corbyn was asking, Boris Johnson, right, that if there was a young black boy, blah blah blah, and a young white boy from New York, blah blah blah, right? Is it because that kind of thing, right? And he says it's one rule for them, and one for the black boy, one for the white boy. And the MP said yes, right? So let's make the bones about it. Let's make no illusion, right? We live in a country, right, where it's one rule for white folks, one rule for black people. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This thing, this nonsense about Hong Kong. Yeah, they're fast to give Hong Kong 3 million Hong Kong, right? British citizenship. Yeah. But look what happened in Windrush. So
Yeah. Kwame.
One for us.
Kwame, I don't define our people them by a bow. I don't actually. If anybody's calling my show, I don't want them to talk to me about Windrush. Yeah, these are the pioneers that came here and built this country. That's what we should call them, the pioneers. No, Windrush is a neat way of dissing them. You understand? Cause my parents never come on a boat. A plane them fly in a plane. You're a plane and come in. And land at Terminal 1, Heathrow. You understand me I say? I mean, enough people come like that. And that in the 60s. Mm-hmm. And 1961. 1960 my mother come, and 1961 my father come here, and 62 me born. You see me out there? Yeah?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So when we're talking about those group of elders, we call them the pioneers that came here and built this thing. The pioneering generation.
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
Yeah? Just a little thing I just want to put. I'm not having a go at you, my brother. I'm just
no.
You know what I mean? Because I try not to use these people definitions that they used to define us. Did those people call themselves Windrush? No, it wasn't them that called themselves Windrush. Had them I call them that. Them go away. But go on. So you say.
No, so basically that woman, right? That woman is classic example, right, of a black sellout, right? And this is how, they use religion to soften and appease our people then. So it's quite obvious that she's getting paid by the enemy, right? And she has the audacity to come on that debriefing program, right? And talk the trite she talks about.
You see what happened is,
They're trying to come along and they're like this and that, right? But they're batting for the enemy, man, and we've got to be careful of this, right? And even the police, for me, the police, right, in general, I really ain't got no time for the police, man. Why would any conscious right man thinking black person, have any semblance of, kindred spirit for a police force that is oppressing black people? Even in Nottingham, right, we had the same issues, right, that you had in London. I remember in the 90s, right, in Nottingham, right, the police in Nottingham deliberately invited yardies to come to Nottingham and cause some mayhem amongst our community.
I remember that. I remember what was going, because I had a brethren that live up in Nottingham and he was telling me.
Right. You see that? Right? And that led to some commotion, right?
Nottingham, Birmingham, anywhere there was a large black population, that's what they did.
Yeah. And then also at the time, right, I spoke to a senior black police officer. Right, this is about 20 years ago, right? I interviewed him for something I was doing, right? And I said to him, right, would you allow your son to be a policeman? And you know what he said to me? He categorically said, no, I will not allow my son to be in the police force. Based on the experiences that I've seen and that I've went through in the police, I would never, encourage a son of mine sent to the police force. So we know. so we should know by now who we're dealing with, man. Right. So when you can come on a station like that, right, and support the police of all institutions, the police, then we know who you are, and we need to expose people like that, man. You're the devil, man. We need to expose who you are. Give thanks.
All right, Otep. You're in tune to the Nubian Informed People's Talk Show live on GalaxyAfriway.com, the only de-brainwashing station in Adessia Nation. Text reads, she is 47 years old and born in Brixton. Right, now, this is a long way for you to get in. So let me give out the number. Right, the number is 0203. If you're abroad, you drop the first 0 and put +44. But it's 0203 885 2179. That's 0203 885 2179. Now, once you dial that number, you have to put in a PIN to get into the system. And the PIN number is 3995 72 7716, and then you press hash and it just brings you right in. It's like a conference call thing. See? So I repeat again, 0203 885 2179, and then the PIN number is 3995 72 7716 hash. Or you can send in a comment via the text system and the WhatsApp 07 377 92 0703. That's 07 377 92 0703. Yeah. So you know people do what they do for their own selves. I mean, you know, I've never really been that type of person that I thought about just myself. Even before I was active in what they call the conscious movement or liberation road, whatever, you know, we designated. I was never a man for myself. You know, I was always a man of other people. You know, I always give my time to other people, to the BS of, you know, my missus who cuss and say you have too much time, you always out with people, you always do this for people and all them things there. These things happen over the years, and it's just the way I am, you know. And so when I heard the incident that happened and we spoke about it in the radio, and you know, we just briefed over it and things like that, and then the sister came into the studio, you know, I would have asked her, why do you take money from the police? What do you expect? Because once you take, I mean, if them give me the money, me take it, but me still, you know, I'm going to use it for my people then, but me still I go bond them. You know what I'm saying? Me now ease up on them. I tell them, say, boy, you know, after I take this money, you know, but you see, as me walk out and know, so me I bond, you know, so you can't buy me, you know. Because after that money, they thief it anyway. Where do they get money? Where police I get where the police force I get money from to give to organization? Who give them that money? Remember, the police is employed by us, taxpayers. So where them I get money from to donate to organizations? They're a public, that's like the hospital that you pay to look after the people. Them is taking the hospital money with them to look after patients and do things for the ill people and old age and all that thing, and giving it to an organization. You understand what I'm saying to you? So you know, Chief Pro come by when I talk about him E number and all them thing there. Them own piece of E too. Yeah, so me just give that chief. Well, I one dead. Them own piece of E too. You understand me? Right. Let me see what them text you say now. Blessings, Kwaku. Yes, Clinton, big up. Thanks for keeping us inspired, informed, and just tuned in a little late today. Yeah, I mean, you know, the show is quite short today, so we'll just do a quick thing, but I'll continue whatever we're talking about today on Thursday. So you can pick me up on Thursday from 9 p.m. until, whenever I leave the studio. You understand? Depending on, the contributions and how it go, big up Sister Shanice. I got your WhatsApp. Greetings. That's all the WhatsApp said. Greetings. And that's from 742. So I don't know. It just said greetings. Yeah, so we have these things going on in our community, and we have to expose these people. I'm quite surprised she came in the studio. I don't know what she was expecting when she came in the studio. I just couldn't pick up the show. The show, there was some little interference. And it cut in, it cut out, it cut in, it cut out, and everything else like that. So we couldn't really pick up what was going on. But yet, I know our young people stay. And if young people believe, say, you're in there with the feds, them not deal with you. Under no circumstances, them not going to deal with you. You understand me? You cannot be... And you heard me play the clip, and everybody heard the clip, and heard what she said. These police, it's like they were going into a war zone with no protection. So what did the youth them have? They came out for a rave. They was in track suits and shorts and all them thing there. Them never have no knife proof, no bullet proof or nothing like that. So what did they have? Is it because you didn't identify yourself with those particular young people because you didn't know them? And we know a tragedy happened with the sister. And, I have empathy for that, you know what I mean? And I feel it because nobody don't want to lose them children and all them thing there. You understand what I'm saying? So we overs that. But you come years later now. You need to talk to the people them that suffered at the hands of these people. When Stephen Lawrence was murdered by several white thugs. When his brethren called the police and the police came, they arrested him and treated him like he was the culprit. He was a victim, and they treat him like a criminal. They put plants into the family's campaign. They put plants in our campaign, Cherry Groce's campaign. This is what they do. So you sit down there, have sympathy for them, and look what happened. Look what happened. Is your reaction reach you? The same people them you're bigging up come and kick down your reggae, nearly kill you. And now know you can't get nothing from them. Or you know sue them for money and damages. You can't because they give you money already. This is what happens. This is what happens. All time people say if you lie down with dog, you wake up with fleas. And this is somebody just called me and just tell me say, what go on here? Yeah. How can we get African women from dating outside the African race? That's a whole new thing, and we can deal with that problem. This show is too short for that. We have to deal with it another time. We can deal with it another time. That's 742 asking that question. Right. The live link number. Somebody's there. Somebody there?
Greetings.
Yeah, Otep.
Otep and Vudum.
Vudum.
Otep and Vudum.
Yeah, I'm not really. No, I'm have to be honest with management. I not like this thing, people just creep up on you and you don't even know so them there. Yeah, it's a funny little system. I'm kind of weary about this one. But anyway, go on, sis.
Movement of technology.
Mm-hmm.
Greetings. Give thanks for the platform. Greetings, Fever. Greetings. Greetings to Dr. Abu and Chief Akungovai. And of course, our elder Eric Kuti. And I want to remember Empress culture in this time. And
Ashay.
Yes. Just wanted to ask, because I did not hear, I knew nothing of what was played because I don't have clips or anything of the sort. What I want to ask is that, who was she speaking to? The sister, because I heard her and Chief Akumbabai show today, but who was she speaking to in the clip?
I don't know. I don't know if it was a news read or it must have been a news read or something like that.
It's important. So the question, why I need to find that out? We need to find out. You're going to put it on? Is he going to be discussing it on Thursday in a broader sense?
Yeah. Thursday we'll continue. We can continue it alongside something else I want to talk about.
Yes, I want to. What was the probing question? We need to know what was it that triggered this level of
sympathy.
No, sorry. I mean, it's not good communication. Because I'm trying to, before I begin to say what I really want to say, because I'm analyzing a certain trajectory inside out, and I can't say certain things in here, but we need to know what were the posing questions of that journalist, whoever it was, persons, whatever, where did that clip came from, and catch it that way. Because
look, to be quite honest, sis, I'm going to be honest with you, yeah? I'm not really interested in that question. You see, there's a way, if you're trying to be, as them say, kind of phrase, diplomatic, there's a way that she could have spoke to whoever it was that said asked her that question. She could have said, well, boy, things got a bit out of hand, the police came, it got a bit rowdy, and, before you knew it, the police, there was a standoff with the police. There's ways that you could have said it. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? But the way that she said it in the clip, is like she was demonizing the young people, them. Like, them is everything that is wrong. And that's the issue that I had with that clip.
That's so correct. I mean, there is a multiple of our children there, of our family there, and it is a serious statement. That's a serious indictment. I mean, this is what I'm asking before I start speaking. We need to look at what caused her to say that, because she was really off her tongue, like, So therefore, in our culture, because we have a culture, the system needs to understand. They would say, you talk too much. Think before you speak. Because it's serious. That wasn't a sensible talk. Because we're critiquing her. We are she must express some criticism and constructive criticism.
Sis, let me just interject there. I like that word you use, because, it's a beautiful word you use. We're critiquing her. It's not hate business. We don't hate the sister or nothing like that, but we have to critique her and see what it is she's doing. And she has to be ear loud. So it's a good little word used. But go on through, sis.
Yes, because to critique her, as a critique all of us, you're just helping her for the future. This is it. Because she's real enough, which I do have sympathy as a sister and as a mother, part of the great African family. My thought goes and condolence goes out to her for the losing of her child, but we also lose another, because who is in the system. And some numbers and things, what she mentioned about this 23 hours in the place, makes me give us more insight as to what's going on. So there's some serious issues and serious matters out there, right? However, this is also to aid her. We are aiding her for future reference. Communication, because it's serious indictment upon us and what she said. So I mean, I don't want to speak upon it too much, because obviously, other people want to call in, but my point of calling in is to ask that question. Was she nervous? Was she in a nervous state?
No, that's not a nervous, sis. That's not a nervous statement.
Not at all.
That's not a nervous statement. What that state, in my opinion, people may differ from what I'm going to say, but in my opinion, That was a statement saying to the police, I'm on your side. You can count on me. I could be wrong, but I saw me see it.
Yes, I hear you.
Because, you know, they said there was 20 police got injured. They were running. So what kind of injury them have? Them was running. What is run and them drop? All them the clips that I've seen, the youth them mash up couple car and things like that, yeah? And I think they mash up some of the residents' cars in the melee. You understand what I'm saying to you? But I want to know how 20 police get injured. What was it the youth them have that, because them have shield, them have bulletproof and knife-proof vest, them have pepper spray, them have taser, them have, but the only thing them don't have a gun.
The way the communication is being communicated to the world media, it's extremely descriptive.
No, you see, it is. You see, what it is, you know, sis, and these are this is what needs to be communicated to that sister. You've given carte blanche to the police to do what they want with our people. You understand what I'm saying?
It is serious.
So I don't even think she, in around circumference, radius, hectagon, triangle, parallelogram stand what she did.
Absolutely.
Because if she did, she would have never taken the invitation to come in the studio. Believe.
This is why they need to listen to the whole interview, wherever it was. We need to hear something that led up to this. So was it a castigation that was taking place already and her agreement to it?
And I don't want to sit too much on her, because we know the enemy will use our own people, even those who's ignorant of their tactics, to come and destabilize our community. It's a known fact globally. It's what they do. They do on small levels like what we're talking about, and they do on international levels in terms of countries orchestrating coups and coup d'etats, and you know, sanctioning countries and holding their money up. Like, for example, Venezuela. Yeah? Venezuela took the British government to court in the British government's house and lost their court case for their own money, their own gold. My question is, what was your gold doing in their banks in the first place? You see what I'm saying? So, you know, it's like that Twitter thing, or that something that will go on, women are cuss off, you know, the people them. And one of the things that I said,
I never saw it anyway.
Yeah, but one of the things I said in there, yeah, one of the things I said, in fact, I would probably, I'll have to ask management's permission, because my words are not too clean on that. But if management give me the permission, I'll play it in my show Thursday night. Yeah, in the late, you know, watershed hours. You understand me I say?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and one of the things I said in there, I said I want vengeance. I don't want no justice. Yeah? Because we've been going to them for justice forever. And where you going to go to get the... You still have to go and feed them court. I ask them to give you justice. We have over 1 million black people locked up in the institutions in the United States of America. We overrepresent in this country here. What justice are we talking about? You're going to the enemy for justice. And what they do, like, for example, one of the clips I wanted to play, but look like I ain't going to have enough time to play. But there's an organization called NAF. Yeah? And there is, I think, Grandmaster J. But what actually happened is the Ku Klux Klan put out a bulletin saying that on July the 4th, they're going to be going around shooting or killing black people. So about 100 black man and woman in black roll up on their headquarters, armed, and said, we're here, you're talking about, we're here, where are you? Because we're here. And if you say you're going to start killing black people at 8, at 8:05, we're going to be killing white people. We don't make threats. You understand what I'm saying?
No.
Yeah, so I wanted to play that clip, but I don't have enough time to play it. So there it is.
I just would like to say on that point, it was the same group, whoever they were, the predecessor, so they were the successor. The same Ku Klux Klan, who became that group of people who created this, which is called the Ku Klux Klan, is the successor of the predecessors. They are and still is alive and moving. They are the children of the slave masters throughout.
Yeah, the slave criminals.
Oh, they went through. They go right through the Caribbean, the Ku Klux Klan, right through Africa and do their thing.
Yeah, I mean, sis.
Right?
The thing about is this, we're not. I mean, some of us are ignorant to the fact. Some of us are ignorant to the fact. But the same militias that they had in our enslavement to run and capture us when we escape, the same militias that they had when we rose up and they sent them to try and destroy our rebellions, the same militia became their police force.
Absolutely.
And that's the same from then until now.
They form different sets. It's a set, and the set branch off, and it creates another set, and it creates another set. This is operation of set. The set. The operation of set in mathematics.
Yeah.
It is.
You see, I expect the enemy to come at us like that. What I don't expect, I know this happens, is when our own people are sanctioning them to do certain things. I mean, what is she talking about? The police need to be better armed. What she's actually saying, the police them need to have guns. So she would have felt all right if the police had guns and was shooting down our unarmed children.
Well,
because that's the only thing left for the Bobby to have. Because they have everything else. They have armed response units in the British police force. Most armed response units are at least 3 minutes away from any incident anywhere in the country. They're about 3, maximum 5 minutes away. An armed response unit, always driving around in certain areas. In the areas where black people are, they're 1 minute away. You understand what I'm saying? So if gunshots was fired down there, believe armed response units would have rolled up in there. What she is looking to sanction is the ordinary policeman. Where we don't have no bobbies on the beat no more, because they're all in vans and cars. You don't see police walking in areas and things and getting familiarized with the community and talking to people and things like that. That don't happen again. They roll around in these vans, and they got 2 sets of vans. They got the ordinary van where the police them is in the area, and then they got these what they call it again?
I noticed that there are some.
They're blue, and they're called response units, emergency response units, or support units. If somebody got the correct name, they can send it to me. You see what I'm saying? So they have these people them out there. So when she makes that statement, is she saying that the ordinary police officer who's in uniform that supposedly do the day-to-day work supposed to have gun? You can't have that in a country where arms is illegal. Because arms is illegal in this country. So an ordinary citizen, unless you're a money person and have a farm, you can't own a gun. You understand what I'm saying to you?
It's deep.
So why would you want the ordinary police officer to have... Look how they killed the 2 little... the cripple one the other day and kill another... with the taser. That's the ordinary taser.
Absolutely. It's the statement she made has caused us to be really thinking deep. And when I heard speaking about it, and when I heard it being played, and I reflected on what I saw on the news, and I said, hold on here, but all the crowd that was there was all young people of African descent. So what does it mean that the police don't have any protection? I was asking myself, I reflected and recall the crowd. And I'm saying, but hold on, but the young people, they're frightened. They're worried. And I was saying...
Sis, let me take from there. No, sis.
I didn't hear anything.
Sis, me like... So, I'm not taking no call on... I'm not taking no call on... I can't take a call on that the text number and the WhatsApp number, so I can't take a call on that. All right, sis, let me can you land for me, sis?
Absolutely, I'm going to land. Like I said, it needs to be played just for us to listen as to what led her, where was she, what she needs to answer some question, because she's meant to be representing young people. She's put herself in a position that she needs to be...
No, man, she's representing herself, man. She's representing herself. But I got to cut your ears, sis, yeah?
Yes, give thanks.
All right, then. I'll take.
Bless you.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to take it more, because only about, 7 minutes to go. You know, my people, we have to be careful about people in our community that says that they represent young people. If you say you represent our young people, you got to represent them whether you like them or you don't like them. It's just as simple as that. You understand what I'm saying to you? You can't represent them on your terms, because you're not living their life. And it's almost as if us adults have forgotten that we were youths once. How much things did your parents know you was doing out the road when you gone out there with fear brethren them and all them things and run up and down road, all kind of something? Eh? One day we sit on the porch with my brethren them with the guy yard one year, we chat about certain things we do when youth. And my mother look up and say, they not that you when I do. Me never know that. If me didn't know what you do, me that give some lick. Because we weren't all good on the road. Let's face it. And I hate when I hear people talk like, yeah, you were all good and you did everything correct. No, you didn't. Some of you was out there thieving. Yeah? I do all kind of something. So no go on like you the damn innocent. Just because no one have a little job, when you get a little works, when you step up in a life and all them something there. When you want to come look down upon the youth them and all them thing there. Yeah? You live in a society that don't business about your own black youth them. Them business about our youth them. You think them care about them? You think them care whether them pass them exams or not? They don't give a Jack Daniels, mate. You understand what I'm saying to you? Right? And the one or two of them who's in those institutions that do, the actual institution don't support them. You understand what I'm saying to you? So I don't really want nobody, you know, I don't really want nobody come and cuss off the youth them and all them something there, you know. Right? Because you don't know what a lot of these you are experiencing things that most of us never experienced when we was growing up. Yeah? Not for them I experienced them I grew up with mommy and daddy knowing at the same yard. Now I never went through that. And most of my brethren didn't do it, but I had brethren that did, but that wasn't the norm at the time. It's the norm now. So they're having an total different experience than we had. And even if you are a responsible parent, be it the children with the mother or with the father, it still creates its own problems. So you can't go cuss off the youth them and say the youth them is this and that. You don't know what them I got through. Enough of them is in homes. You know what kind of abuse they've been in homes? Enough of them was abused when they were youths. Why you think they're drinking and smoking up the weed like them man? And maybe they want to get rid of the memory, them papa molest them or them uncle or them auntie. These things are going on in our community. Let's not pussyfoot about it. So you don't know what young people is going through. So who are you to dictate to them when them throw fire upon the wicked? Eh? Who's you? You did it with them in the police. I embarrass them in the street. I strip search them. I bend them up. I slap them up and I beat them up and I do all kind of nefarious things. You did it? I never forget once, you know. And this is going back about 20 years. No, about 15 years. And my son them, they were all at university studying. And they were outside their house one day talking, and police fly down on them. What you doing out here? They said, no, you're not doing that. You're not doing nothing. You're doing this. You're doing that. Not realizing that these young people was at university studying. When they said they go university, yeah, you don't go no university. That's what the police said to them. And that's one incident. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't want nobody I'll come and fight down the youth them. Yeah, we do have an issue with our children. But any way you see our children is our failures. Yeah? And we just have to accept that. You understand what I'm saying to you? Right? We just have to face it. So, you know, I don't know what people think and all them something that old people think this thing will go on, you know. But enough to overstand say, text read, love the show, Prophet, rise up, give thanks. I'm just going to read out some text here. And special police vans. It says, greetings Kwaku. She is very happy to take money from the police and sell herself and her community to the police. What does it say about her? And she is a so-called Christian, Nana. Outlet Prophet Kwaku. Photos of the pastor from Angeltown are all over the internet with the mayor, the police, and they're one of us standing outside 10 down number 10. Chief Procomber started this show talking about being initiated before his guest, the pastor, came on. She was destined to beat up herself because the ancestors are powerful like that piece. And yeah, we'll get some. We'll put text there, you know. You're missing the point. No one lives on Clapham Common or Bournemouth Beach. People live on the council estate, and 10 p.m. is too late to be having a rave outside a block of flats. Yeah, well, you tell them white people when them are for them rave. Kwaku, all the police them just get a little beating. That's all. I'm hearing you loud and clear, Ado from Amsterdam, and we have the same issues with the police in the Netherlands. You see, anywhere black people there, big up the people them in the Netherlands. Yeah? Out at Kwaku, is Angeltown, Brixton. Oh, this one was Chief. I don't know if Chief read this out, so I'll read it out. Greetings, Chief. If it is true that your guest is funded by the authorities, surely she will be doing the bidding of her peer master. Isn't this why she also gets lots of airtime? Lots of airtime on the so-called mainstream media that are known to be in bed with the authorities. Thanks, Kofi. And is 8 o'clock now. I got one more WhatsApp. Technician, hold on. Let me just read this one more WhatsApp, and then I will end my show. It says, "Hi Kwaku, I did not get into your school. I have done the ABSS. Can you send me school info, please, from Sandra?" All right, I'm gonna take your number, and then I'm gonna call you. Cool. You didn't check the internet. You've been in tune to the New Brainform People's Talk Show live here on GalaxyAfiwe.com. the only deep brainwashing station in a nation. Catch me Black Ear at 9 p.m. Thursday, where I'll be a bit more raw and fiery. Yeah, Itepe Ineke J.A. Senebe Timajilaro Kutu Mudupe Olodumare Ashe Asheo.
Giving our kids free access to social media and phones at young ages. They are not ready for it. Their minds cannot cope with the dopamine. They can only have it up to a certain hour, and you take it away. They're children. You can take the phone away. We've got to intervene as parents. But as companies, we now have to deal with the influx of kids that are coming into our companies with addiction. Watch, I see it all the time. Walk through any office. You'll see the older employees have their phones on the sides of their computers as they're working. You'll see the youngest employees have their phones face up in front of their keyboards between their arms as they're working. And this is how they work. The science is alarming. They did experiments on mice where they did the multitasking. They put flashing lights to mimic going from the computer to the cell phone, the computer to the cell phone to the TV. The mice that were exposed to the changing lights, it took them 3 times longer to solve a maze than the mice that weren't. And the damage was permanent.
Kidneys are very important to our health and plays an important role in our body. Kidneys eliminate toxins, filter the blood, absorb minerals and neutralize acids. Damage to the kidneys can often go unnoticed for years, as kidneys can function with as little as 20% of their capacity. This is why the term silent diseases are called for kidney diseases. It is therefore very important to take care of them before it is too late. A list of 10 common habits that put a lot of pressure on your kidneys and can cause serious damage over time. Not drinking enough water. The kidneys need to be hydrated properly to perform their functions. Not drinking enough water can make toxins accumulate in the blood, as there will not be enough fluid to drain them through the kidneys. Delaying the call of nature. Frequently retaining urine on a regular basis increases urine pressure and may lead to kidney stones, even kidney failure. Instead of delaying when you have to go, heed your body when nature calls. Too much salt in your diet. The body needs salt or sodium to work properly. However, some people consume too much salt, which can put a lot of stress on the kidneys and raise blood pressure. It is recommended that no more than 5 grams of salt should be eaten on a daily basis. Drop the sugar habit. Individuals who consume at least 2 or more sugary drinks per day are more likely to have protein in their urine. Protein in your urine is an early sign that your kidneys are not doing their job as they should. A study conducted at the university in Japan suggested that drinking 2 or more soda drinks per day can result to a higher risk of kidney disease. Those that consumed a huge amount of soda were more likely to have protein in their urine. Proteinuria or protein in urine is an indication of kidney damage, but, when discovered at that stage, the disease can still be reversed. Not getting enough sleep. Getting a good night's sleep is not only beneficial to your health but to your kidneys as well. Kidney tissue gets renewed during the night, so sleep interruptions may cause damage to this organ. Too much animal protein. Consumption of too much protein, most especially red meat, increases the metabolic load on your kidneys. More protein in your diet means the kidneys have to work harder and may eventually lead to kidney damage or dysfunction over time. Alcohol consumption. Alcohol is a legal toxin that puts a lot of stress on the liver and kidneys when consumed in large amount. Drinking a glass of beer or red wine once in a while is good, but consuming more than that is not healthy. Mineral and vitamin deficiencies. A diet rich in fresh fruits and vegetables is vital.